It's a good start, isn't it?
It is.
Always a promising start when you have to clear your throat and then start realising your necklace has got stuck and you have to fanny around with that for a bit while it's recording. It doesn't matter, give us Dad a chance for a nap. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. As you can probably tell, I'm at my parents' house again. In the interest of making good use of the time and also having a bit of fun with my folks, I'm making good use of the time and having a bit of fun with my folks. Yeah. So today what I'm going to be talking about are men's moisturisers. And these have all got one thing in common. These have all got sun protection factor in. Did I hear a bell go then?
Yeah.
I thought I heard a bell. I'm hearing things. The one thing that these have all got in common is, as I say, these have got sun protection factor in. So they're all good for protecting you against the sun. At the risk of stating the obvious.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen, yeah. And I thought I'd just go through each one of these individually and talk a bit about it, put a bit on, true man style, and quit laughing at you. So I actually haven't got my favourite one here, and the reason why I got all these at the beginning of summer was because I couldn't kind of get hold of my favourite one. My favourite one, I'll put a link up on the screen up there, or a little picture or something, and it's King of Shaves. I really like the King of Shaves one, and because it absorbs in really nicely, it's fluid in the bottle, it's not quite as viscous, and it flows better in these things. One of the things that annoys me about all of these is when you get to the last bits, you can't get the last bits out because they're just those kind of awkward tubes, and I hate waste. Just call me a tight Yorkshireman, call me whatever you want, but I hate waste, and I hate it when you kind of get it congealed in the tube and you can't get it out. I hate it. It's just such a waste. So you end up cutting the top off, getting your finger in to get the last bits out. But this one's not so bad because this one's a little bit less viscous, a little bit runnier. I can't remember which way around it is. Dreadful. And the Nivea one, I'm saying these are men's. The Nivea one doesn't actually really say it's for men, but you know, I think it's a little bit more, in terms of the way it's marketed at least, it's a little bit more unisex. But to be honest with you, they don't make an awful lot. Anybody could use them really, couldn't they? So it doesn't really make an awful lot of difference. Anyway, so let's go through them one at a time. So I'm going to start with the one that for me is most like my favourite one, the King of Shaves one, which is this Mancave one. And it was actually, out of the ones I've tried, apart from King of Shaves, this was one of the dearer ones. But one of the reasons why I like this, and I'll try and show you this on the camera, is, oops, do you see that plop out? Is it's, my mum's laughing her head off again. It's always entertaining doing stuff with her. Can you see that? It's kind of softer, and so it absorbs in better. So if we just kind of, I knew this would make her laugh. Right, it smells quite nice as well. Does this one? And it absorbs in nice. It doesn't linger on your skin. Look at me talking through my hands while I'm rubbing it in. What a professional! The great thing about rubbing this kind of thing when you're ready for a shave is that at least it exfoliates your hands. Yeah, gone. And that's gone in pretty well. Just remember, Mum, you are on camera. Not that one, you're on that one.
Oh.
See, I knew she'd be entertaining. Did you see that? Both fingers up her nose. That's actually how she picks her nose. Right? She doesn't actually use one finger like normal people. Do you see that? 2 fingers, one up each nostril. I don't know what that says about the size of her nostrils. Anyway, we're getting distracted here. So that's Mancave Protective Moisturiser. Smells great. Now this is actually the strongest in terms of SPF. This is SPF 20, whereas all the others are 15. And it does say it has anti-aging properties. I'll read you some of the things it says out on it. Protect and hydrate with rosehip oil, jojoba, notice I pronounced that correctly, aloe vera, shea butter, aloe vera, white tea, and Radicare, which is a registered trademark. And I'm guessing they're not going to be prone to tell you what that is, because that'll be one of those. It's a secret. It's a secret. Mancave Protective Moisturiser uses UV filters to help protect from UV rays whilst locking in hydration and helping counteract the signs of premature aging with shea butter and Radicare. So, with naturally derived ingredients, vegan friendly, cruelty free, and it's got a 5 pp for recycling. You know, 5 in the little recycling triangle. So for my area in York, that's not easily recyclable. In York, you can recycle plastics 1 and 2, which is PT and HDPE, and all the other ones a little bit dodgy. But anyway, so that's Mancave Protective Moisturiser. That's my favourite out of the 4 that I'm going to show you today. I'm not actually going to do these in any particular order from this point onwards. I've shown you my favourite, other than King of Shaves. This BullDog one. Now this one does have a slightly orangey smell because it's got bergamot in it. When I first opened this up, I thought, oh, that smells alright. Aloe, green tea, bergamot, SPF 15. And yeah, again, quite like this one. Although this one, I'll show you, pop some out onto my finger. Now, I don't know whether you can see this as it comes out. Let me try and get that on camera so you can actually see it. You see what I mean? So the other one kind of runs out, and this one comes out more like toothpaste. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit thicker than the Mancave one. And so it is one of those you have to wrestle the last bits out of the tube of. I'm going to look so young by the time I finish today. I don't know whether you saw the look on my mum's face there, but it was a little bit priceless. Oh, I'm not going to need to moisturise for a week. But yeah, it smells quite nice. Do you want to have a little...
Why not?
Yeah, sorry Mum, I never thought to kind of get you involved in that. So,
hello, green tea.
Hello, green tea. Hello, green tea. So that's the... Yeah, give it a squeeze. See what you think. Do you want to have a go, Dad?
Thank you.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I'm alright, just sitting here. My face is easing off a bit.
Right, okay, good stuff. You got more on one side than you have on the other at the minute, Mum, but it doesn't really matter. That's it. Can you smell it?
Oh, smells nice.
It's not bad, is it?
No.
You've got a white nose at the moment, right on the nose end, that's it. Yeah. Oh no, not again. Tell you, people, I just can't take her anywhere. Which is why I don't. What do you think of that?
That's nice.
It absorbs in quite nicely as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, feels nice.
Yeah. So that's my mum's first impression of the BullDog one, which, as I say, it's not one of my favourites, but I do like it. And it comes out, as I say, a bit like toothpaste, as that one. So you do have to dig in. Let's just read what it says on the back of the BullDog one. All our products are purpose-built for men.
Oh.
And contain amazing natural ingredients. This moisturiser contains aloe vera, green tea. This moisturiser contains aloe vera and green tea, specially formulated to deliver a broad spectrum SPF 15. Be loyal to your skin. Our products never contain artificial colours, synthetic fragrances, or ingredients from animal sources. So again, it's another one that's kind of claiming to be cruelty-free, kind of vegan-friendly. And it also says it's made in the UK, does this one? So the second ingredient on here is actually aloe. So it's water, then aloe. And so that means that aloe is one of the main ingredients in that. So yeah, hello. I do like that. You like that one, don't you?
Hello.
Hello. Right, okay, so So let's just try. Do you want to try a little bit of this one?
Oh,
See
why
what you
not?
think. Let me just drop a bit on your thing.
No.
Right, so she's just trying now the Mancave one, which is a little bit. Have you noticed that's a little bit softer?
It is very soft.
Yeah, it's a little bit more fluid.
But it
just,
spreads more.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
it does. It goes in a lot easier. It absorbs a lot easier.
Oh, feels nice on the skin too.
And that one also smells pleasant as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right. Double nostril job again.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's good for aging skin, as well as man skin.
I heard that.
She'll make me pay
I
later.
better have 2 tubes.
2 tubes. Okay, so the next one I'm going to look at is, this is the Real Shaving Company. Now, this has recently changed labels. It did have a different label on it, and this one is now called, it was called something different previously, but it's now called Age Denying SPF 15 Moisturiser. Protects against sun and premature aging for visibly firmer and smoother skin. Made in England. And let's just see what it says on the back. We know a thing or two about men's grooming. The Real Shaving Company has been at the forefront of developing barber-inspired products since 1953. This age-denying range lives up to the challenge, targeting fine lines, dryness, and the effects of modern living. And the effects of modern living face on to deliver real results. Especially formulated for men's skin. She'll love it. Age denying SPF 15 with UVA and UVB filters defends against premature aging and visible effects of modern day living. And yeah, so let's pop a little bit of this out. Do you want to go first?
No.
You want me to go first?
Yes, you're a man.
You are?
You're a man.
You're right. Well, you've been trying the other man's ones. So, this one, unlike the BullDog one, this one is kind of like a bit of a mix between the BullDog one and Mancave. It comes out a little bit toothpastey, but a little bit softer as well. Not quite as soft as Mancave, but a bit less toothpastey than BullDog. I know toothpaste is not a real word, I'm just using it because it fits. Okay, so let's, should do the adamant stripe, shouldn't I? But again, it absorbs in quite nicely. Now for me, this one does feel like it sits a little bit more on the surface first before absorbing in. It just seems to be a bit slower to actually get into the skin. I think what I'm really trying to say here is it.
You put too much on.
No, because I didn't use much. It feels just that little bit more. Feels that little bit greasier than the other two. Sorry, I've been looking at the screen at the top there above the camera, so I can see what I'm doing instead of looking at the lens. But it's just so that I can watch what I'm doing. But yeah, I can still feel that, whereas the other one's kind of absorbed in pretty quick. That one is still, it's still there on the top of the skin. Do you want to try this one now?
Well, it's no good on top of the other, is it?
It is, it's fine. You're going to be so moisturised
It's going to
today.
be so beautiful.
Is there enough there, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what my mum thinks of this Real Shaving liquid. I mean, to be honest with you, she's got the whiskers. She won't let me pluck them out though. So what do you think of that one? You got a bit on your nose then, that's it. Smell, what does it smell fragrance wise?
Not so nice.
It's not as nice as the other two, is it?
No.
In fact, I think this one smells a little bit more. I think this one smells a little bit more clinical than the other two. Whereas the
It's
other
not
two.
a strong smell though.
No,
It's not strong.
it's not strong. It just doesn't smell as. It doesn't have the fragrance that the other two
No.
have.
Definitely not.
And what do you think in terms of the weight on your skin?
It's a bit greasy.
Yeah, same. That's what that was my.
Yeah.
It just feels a little. I mean, it soon goes,
Yeah.
but it just feels as though it's greasier for longer than the other two.
Yeah.
It soon absorbs. Once it's in, it's in. But you just seem to feel as though you can feel it for longer, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not as nice.
So that's that one. So we'll move on to. So that's two different opinions that kind of agree on that it's a little bit greasier than the other two. It has a bit more of a greasy feel. So yeah, not one of my favourites, but actually I don't mind it. One of the advantages to something that feels a bit greasier, I find, is it does feel like you've got more of a barrier on your skin, and more of a protective barrier, because it feels as though it's sat on the surface. And so it can, depending on what you're actually looking for, it can actually feel, it might be the one for you. It might feel as though it's doing what you want it to do. So the last one, which as I say is a little bit more, it's not advertised purely as a man's one, is the Nivea Refreshing Day Cream 24-Hour Moisturiser. Now again, SPF 15, it says vitamin E on the front, and it does say for normal skin. I'll just read what the blurb on the back. Nivea Refreshing Day Cream SPF 15 24-Hour Intensive Moisturiser. Nivea Moisture Care Complex intensively moisturize for up to 24 hours, balancing your skin's own moisture level. Vitamin E and natural magnolia extract protects your skin from external stressors. Not quite sure what they are. SPF 15 offers protection against sunlight-induced influences. Application: apply this nourishing cream on your cleansed face by gently massaging in blah blah circles, etc, etc. The ingredients for this, all it says on here is vitamin E, but the ingredients are actually on the box, and I haven't got the box anymore. So let's try this one out now. Let's have a look and see what this one's like as it comes out of the tube. So this one is very tubey, you know, like toothpastey in terms of the way it comes out. So this one, there we go. So we'll just rub that one in. For me, the smell of this kind of harks back to when we were young, and Mum used to rub Nivea on our skin as kids, especially when we were got sunburnt or anything like that, or you know.
Very nice smell.
And it kind of has that kind of old school style Nivea smell. Yeah, it's quite. I find it quite distinctive. Another one that, for me, just feels as though it sits on the skin a little bit longer before it kind of fully absorbs into the skin. So you might imagine it's coming dark, hasn't it? It's clouded over.
Okay.
I'm just going to pop a light on. Not that that'll make an awful lot of difference, but just to cast a bit of light on the lady's face and Sleepy Hollow over there. But yeah, it smells very much like old school Nivea. I do like it. I like all of these. There are properties about all of these that I like, and they're all good. I'd buy them all over and over again, but I just have my favourites. So let's see what my mum thinks of this one. We'll get her to rub a little bit on and see what she thinks of this one. She's very well moisturised today. Okay, so blob of that on. Let's see what you think in terms of. Can you smell it?
It's not a bad smell actually, it's quite nice.
Does it remind you of the old style Nivea? Because remember, you used to get Nivea in like one of those pots, and it just
Yes, it does.
It just has that. It's not as strong as that.
No.
Because that used to be very strongly fragranced. That stuff. That fragrance sits
quite nice actually.
Sits in my memory. My sense memory smell.
Yes, it's quite pleasant, that one.
You quite like it?
I quite like that one.
Right. Okay. So, and what about in terms of how it feels on your skin?
It feels nice actually.
All right, okay, so you like that one.
It
It's
feels,
interesting. See, I can still feel it.
It feels more cleansing
Right, okay.
than the other one.
Interesting. So my mum thinks that one feels cleansing, whereas, as I say, I still feel as though it's still there on the surface of my skin. And I know that I've tried all of these today, and you could argue that they're all sat on top of one another. But basically, this has been my experience when I've used them singly as well. The same experience. My favourite out of all of these, which has been your favourite, Mum, out of these?
The Nivea.
Right. Okay. So my mum likes the Nivea best, and would there be a second one for you? Can you not really remember them?
Can't really, no.
This is one of the problems with the Alzheimer's, I'm afraid, folks. Not to worry. Don't worry, it's okay. You don't have to. There's no need to stress about. That was the one that's slightly runnier. That was the one that wasn't quite as strongly scented, and that was the one that smells a bit mild like oranges. But not to worry, it's okay.
I think the one with the orange top there.
This one.
That one, yeah.
That was right. Okay, and it's funny that so those are two. The two. So my mum's like these two the best, which is interesting because these are the two that have that slightly greasier texture in terms of the way they sit on your skin. And my mum thinks this one's feels more cleansing, and this is her second favourite, which, as I say, has that similar kind of vibe to it. Whereas these two, and the King of Shaves one, which is my absolute favourite, they absorb better into the skin. But naturally, everybody has different skin types, and so different skins react in different ways. But that's just our respective experiences. So out of the four that I've got today, first favourite and second favourite, and these two, yeah, they're still okay. Still use them. If they're on offer, I'll buy them. Tight Yorkshireman.
You're right.
From a tight Yorkshire mother. And but yeah, so my favourite out of these is the Mancave, and also the other main reason why it's one of my favourites, higher SPF 20, and so you've just got that bit more sun protection factor with that one too, as well as it being a moisturiser. I just like the idea of having something that does two jobs, that moisturises your skin and takes care of your skin, whilst at the same time protects you against the sun. I hope you've liked this. If you've tried any of these, please let me know in the comments what you think. If you've got any questions about any of these, by all means ask. And thanks for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And yeah, thanks for watching.